Absolutely wild rumors are making their way across the NFL world, and the Dallas Cowboys find themselves right in the middle of it all yet again. When it comes to controversial headlines and jaw-dropping speculation, the Cowboys never disappoint, and this time, it's reaching a whole new level of intensity. Out of nowhere, NBA superstar Kevin Durant has thrown himself into the conversation, creating a social media firestorm with his surprising comments regarding Cowboys linebacker Micah Parsons. Durant, who's well known for his love of all things Washington sports, has suddenly decided to stir the pot, publicly voicing that he wants to see none other than Micah Parsons in a Washington Commanders jersey. That's right, KD, one of the most influential athletes on the planet, is openly pushing for one of the NFL's most feared defenders to switch sides in the NFC East rivalry. This bombshell statement has sent shockwaves across fan bases, media circles, and league insiders alike. But that's not the only drama swirling around Jerry Jones' team right now. There's also a rising buzz about the Cowboys potentially shipping off tight end Luke Schoonmaker, and it seems like the front office has their sights locked on major changes along the offensive line. First, let's dig into this Kevin Durant situation. Known for being a passionate fan of the Washington Commanders, KD has often tweeted about his team and has made appearances supporting the franchise. But now he's gone a step further, publicly lobbying for Micah Parsons to make the leap from Dallas to D.C. It started with a tweet that went viral almost instantly, where Durant said, "Imagine Micah on the Commanders' defense. Straight dominance." It didn't take long for fans to react. Commanders fans embraced the idea with open arms, while Cowboys fans were absolutely livid. The thought of their defensive superstar, arguably the heart and soul of the team, being poached by a division rival felt like betrayal on multiple levels. What's wild is that this isn't just a celebrity fan fantasizing. KD's influence is powerful. Players listen to him, executives pay attention when he talks, and the media amplifies everything he touches. So when he publicly starts the Micah to Washington narrative, it suddenly turns into a talking point across sports radio, podcasts, and even team meeting rooms. Micah Parsons himself has yet to make a formal comment, but it hasn't stopped fans and analysts from reading into every tweet, like, and Instagram story he posts. One particularly cryptic post from Parsons simply read, "I control what I can control," followed by a lion emoji. That only fueled more speculation. Some are interpreting that as frustration with the Cowboys front office, especially as he enters what could be a massive contract negotiation. With big money on the line and other stars like CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott also needing extensions, there's growing concern about how the Cowboys can afford to keep everyone and what happens if they can't. Could Micah actually become available in a trade? It's unthinkable, but these rumors don't come out of thin air. There's clearly some smoke, and where there's smoke, there might be fire. Meanwhile, the Luke Schoonmaker situation is taking its own twist. The second-year tight end hasn't exactly had the breakout campaign that many were hoping for. Drafted with high expectations, Schoonmaker has shown flashes of potential but hasn't quite cemented his spot as the future at tight end. According to league sources, teams have begun calling the Cowboys to inquire about his availability, and the front office isn't exactly hanging up the phone. One report suggests that the Detroit Lions and Cincinnati Bengals are both keeping a close eye on the situation. With Jake Ferguson clearly emerging as the T1 in Dallas, and with the team needing depth elsewhere, particularly along the offensive line and on defense, it's not hard to see why Schoonmaker could be viewed as a trade asset. The rumor mill indicates that Dallas could be packaging Schoonmaker in a trade to acquire offensive line reinforcements. The O-line, once the most dominant unit in the NFL, is now facing real questions. With Tyron Smith gone and Tyler Baiadas off to greener pastures, there's a vacuum of experience and leadership that must be addressed. Rookie tackle Cooper Beebe has shown promise, but can he be counted on to anchor this line against elite pass rushers? That's a gamble, and Jerry Jones knows it. If trading Schoonmaker nets them a solid veteran guard or swing tackle, it might be a move the front office is seriously considering. The name that keeps coming up is Jonah Jackson, a free agent lineman the Cowboys flirted with during the offseason but failed to secure. Could a mid-camp trade resurrect that connection? Or could they turn their eyes toward a younger, underutilized lineman with upside, like the Jets' Max Mitchell or perhaps the Packers' Sean Rhyan? The Cowboys coaching staff remains tight-lipped on these developments, but sources close to the team suggest that a shake-up is very much in the cards. Mike McCarthy has made it clear he wants the offensive line to be more physical and consistent, especially with the new focus on a balanced attack featuring more running from new additions like Ezekiel Elliott and rookie back Travion Henderson. That means tighter blocking, cleaner lanes, and better protection for Dak Prescott, especially if this is truly going to be a make or break year for the quarterback in Dallas. And with that kind of pressure, the team can't afford to sit back and hope the current depth chart figures itself out. Coming back to Micah Parsons, what's really striking is how the off-field noise seems to be increasing just as the Cowboys approach a critical contract window. Parsons is eligible for a new deal, and insiders believe he's looking for something in the ballpark of $150 million over 6 years, numbers that would shatter the market for linebackers and pass rushers. That's elite quarterback money, and while there's no denying Parsons' impact, it puts the Cowboys in a brutal position. Do they lock up their generational defender and risk limiting their flexibility to retain other stars? Or do they explore the unthinkable and test the waters of a blockbuster trade? It's a nightmare scenario for the front office, made worse by voices like Kevin Durant amplifying the drama. What also complicates the Micah Parsons situation is how vocal he's become about wanting to win now. He's publicly criticized the team's playoff performance, expressed frustration with the team's culture, and even hinted that he's tired of moral victories. This suggests that he's not just chasing a paycheck, he's chasing a Super Bowl. And if the Cowboys can't prove they're moving in that direction, a player like Parsons may start to consider his options. That includes keeping an open mind to a team like Washington, who under new ownership and new leadership, are spending and building aggressively. There's also been talk of Micah Parsons switching agents and aligning himself with more high-powered NFL representation, another possible indicator that he's gearing up for major negotiations or even positioning himself for a leverage play. And don't forget the social media breadcrumbs. Parsons has liked posts from Commanders players, followed a couple of their stars, and commented respect under a highlight of Commanders edge rusher Jonathan Allen. These little interactions mean everything in today's league, where the lines between personal branding and team loyalty are blurrier than ever. On the Luke Schoonmaker front, it's not just about what he hasn't done, it's also about what Dallas has coming up behind him. Undrafted rookie tight end Brevin Spanford is turning heads in OTAs and has become a favorite among the coaching staff. Meanwhile, the team continues to get solid production from Peyton Hendershot and Sean McKeon. If the Cowboys feel like they have enough depth to move on from Schoonmaker, especially if it helps address a more urgent need like the O-line, it could be a win-win scenario. Several scouts believe Schoonmaker still has untapped potential and that a change of scenery could unlock a breakout season for him. If Dallas can get mid-round draft capital or a quality depth lineman in return, that's not a bad deal for either side. So where do things go from here? For the Cowboys, the next few weeks could be pivotal. Training camp is right around the corner, and any lingering distractions, contract talks, trade speculation, locker room chemistry need to be sorted before the pads come on. The front office will be working overtime to either shut these rumors down with strong public support or to quietly explore the possibilities behind closed doors. For Micah Parsons, the key storyline will be whether the Cowboys extend him before the season begins. That would send a loud and clear message that he's the cornerstone of this franchise, no matter what Kevin Durant tweets. But if that deal doesn't come together, and the off-field noise continues to grow louder, then all bets are off. And as for Luke Schoonmaker, keep your eyes on those training camp reps. If he's buried on the depth chart, if trade rumors persist, and if other teams start making real offers, we could see a mid-preseason deal that reshuffles the Cowboys' depth chart. Whether it's the Lions, Bengals, or a surprise suitor, someone out there is going to see value in the former second-round pick. And if the Cowboys are serious about fixing their offensive line now, it might be a price they're willing to pay. All in all, this Cowboys offseason is shaping up to be as dramatic as any in recent memory. With Kevin Durant fanning the flames of a Micah Parsons trade to a division rival, Luke Schoonmaker's future hanging in the balance, and the O-line in desperate need of reinforcements, the stakes couldn't be higher. The next move Jerry Jones and the Cowboys front office makes could define this season and maybe even the next decade. Cowboys fans, buckle up. It's going to be a wild ride. And if you don't want to miss a single twist in the saga, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and tap that notification bell so you're always up to date with the latest Cowboys rumors, trades, and insider breakdown.